Hey, how you doing? Today we're gonna talk about how to leave space for failure. I am Joneil Alcock, writer and author of the book How to Achieve Goals Fast with Strategic Planning. And I am talking today about some things that we hate to see and also hate to experience, which is failure. Now, failure is one of those things that must happen. And what tends to happen when it does happen is that we allow our emotions to cloud the understanding that it is one of those things that happen throughout life that causes us to then have to know, be resilient enough to still move forward to achieve the goals for which we were trying to achieve. Failure is an event. And what tends to happen also is that we love to do the blame game. We love to try to figure out who it is that caused this, why this happened, why is this happening to me now, God, and oh my, so unfortunate. And forget that it is not specific to you or to anybody else. It is just an event. It is something that happens throughout life that is because of a challenge or because somebody is being sinful somewhere or because maybe you who is not perfect was trying to do something and it never quite panned out how you wanted. And if we can take that approach and if we can understand the fullness of how these events that happen are just spaces for us to see how life is never perfect and that we can now adapt by learning from the mistake and improving on it, then it will lead us to paths where we now can change and transform. Now, leaving space for failure doesn't necessarily mean that all of a sudden we're not going to try to move forward to achieve the greatness of what we can be or to become more excellent. That is also foolhardy. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're just going to leave space to just do anything that we want. No. Um, you must always try to achieve the best that you can. You must also plan what you're going to do, try to seek the best understanding of where you're going with whatever project you're working on, and then move forward. But then what does happen is that many times problems will ensue. And it is in the problems that you know try to problem solve and figure out ways to move forward better despite the failure. It may mean, as you could see from that first line there in black, that you may have to put a boundary between you and whoever may be causing the issue, or to just cut off whatever distraction may be causing the issue, or change an organizational plan, uh, uh, discard a specific task or a project which is not leading properly to the proper goal or aim which you were originally aiming for along your path of leaving the space. But what will work better, and which is this time where people sometimes feel the hurt and are unsure of how to proceed, or just go through these building emotions or concerns about how to move forward, is where mercy comes in, where forgiveness comes in, where you have to seek to not necessarily understand everything that happened, but at least be accountable with yourself, with wherever the problem happened, with whoever caused or assisted to cause the problem, or with what the problem entails and then how to move forward with better solutions. It is the point where you start to see more about how you are and how you can improve. It is the point where you see maybe gaps in your organization and how some persons may need to be trained more to do better. It may be at the point where you just maybe just need to let some things go or a teammate go and then replace and improve with something that works better. It may mean that a process or a system that you have in place is not as effective or efficient as it could be. And to now improve the productivity, you can change some things in relation to it, or maybe even change your mindset on how you're viewing it, or maybe even removing it from a space that either had too much confusion and now needs to move forward with better work ethic. Maybe it is in a space where the discipline in whatever work culture you may be experiencing, or maybe even just a family structure or a community setting is nowhere near where it could have been. And what you need to do is to give better mindsets and better belief systems so that when a similar process occurs, a new set of systems or belief systems or structures are in place so that moving forward it can be better. Accountability is something that people hate because people now think that they are being looked down upon or they're evaluated and they're not good enough. But it allows room for correction. It allows room for the space that you're putting in for the failure to cause a transformation. It allows you also to have insight into yourself and to cause others around you to see your vision. And maybe you're a team leader and you're the one who's trying to enact the change, to now move to a more corrected phase of life. It also allows those who may have assisted in the problem and or caused the problem themselves to have, better hindsight to what was happening and improve themselves also. Because you don't want the world to have people who are not sure themselves too much or um, who haven't changed much and then go into other environments and then do similar things that are toxic or destructive. And then what would have been the point? Accountability, mercy, forgiveness, looking at your systems and structures of wherever you are, family, community, church, organization, business, places of work, finding ways to correct, finding ways where justice may have to come in, right? Finding the tandem between loving people enough to see that they're not perfect, but also finding ways to reach to a better place. Don't just know that the failure is coming, which people hate anyway. Some people just don't like failure, but it will come. Also find the space to move along better paths to cause a transformation. Your vision is not seated in staying in the same space or feeling comfortable wherever you may be. You're feeling the way you're feeling because you know where you are is not quite what you're capable of. And so to shortcut the ill feelings, the strife that you may be experiencing because there has been no change, or you see the failure as you being wrong or the other person being wrong. It's time now to find the ability to make some adjustments, to create some solutions, to then now get to a desired result. That's what I teach on a set of programs or sessions that I do called Finish Strong. You can register for it at joneil.com/, Finish Strong 2025. If you have any questions in the stream, please do put it. Even if you're not on live and it's there later, we will look at it. But if you want to join that session, you're free to check out the link. I'm going to try to put it both in the caption of this post or video stream, as well as in the comments. And please, you know your abilities. The problem you're having is not that you're not capable of doing that in various things. The problem you're having is that you realize you can do better, but you're unsure maybe how to progress. Wow, it's like that. There should be a slash between the M in the .com and finish strong. But yes, the problem you're having is not that you're not capable of various things. You may not be as experienced as you need to be. You may not understand some things that others may, who may have either better skill sets or different sets of experiences. The problem you're having is that you just need to be a little more disciplined, to adapt to the things around you that may not be going as well as you hope to, and then just keep moving forward, improving as best as you can with the things that you've been given or the projects that you're working on. You have the ability. You have the time. Don't think you don't have enough time. You have the resources. You can overcome the challenges. You can find ways to improve. You can do the things that you're thinking that you can't do. And once you understand that, once you come to a greater fullness of your capabilities, once you can see you for who you really are, as a goal planning, goal setting, goal accomplishing, finishing strong machine, then you will get more confidence to do some of the things that you know you can do. See you on the stream or see you on another webinar here soon. And please have a good time solving your issues and figuring out things in your organizations and in your places and completing the aims that you have set for the places where you love to work the most. Blessings.